Hey friends, Sarah here with Boho Stitchery. Today's Tuesday. You know what that means. Tutorial Tuesday.
Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. So today I have an exciting new crochet tutorial for you for Tutorial Tuesday. I am going to show you how to make this really pretty, simple 2-row repeat. It's great for blankets, scarves. I think I'll make a few scarves for my Scarves for the Homeless challenge that I'm doing this fall. I just worked up a small swatch for you guys. As you can see, little bitty tiny. I just did back and forth. You could obviously work it so that your stripes are going this direction, but I think personally I would like it better if I chained the length of my scarf and had this part going up and down. So go ahead and grab some yarn and a needle or hook rather, and I will be right back with you. I'm just showing you this swatch, but I'm going to do it in a little bit bigger yarn so you guys can see the stitches better. So let me scrap this and go ahead and grab some yarn. The multiple for this is not necessarily important, so really you could do any length or number of chains that you wanted. It is a 2-row repeat. The only stitches that you will need to know how to do are the linked slip stitch and the half double crochet through the back loop, which I'll go over both of those stitches more in detail as we work this project. But go ahead and grab your yarn, and like I said, just make the decision now whether you want your stripes going short side to side or if you want them going really long. I'm just going to do another small swatch here. I'm obviously not going to be able to chain the length of a full-size scarf and have you guys be able to see that on camera, so we'll just do another small swatch here. But any number of stitches should work for you. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, how many have I done here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's see. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm just going to do 12 here. But whatever length you decide, the first row you're going to make is just a standard half double crochet row. That's sort of your base row or your foundation row. So I've got my 12, that's how wide I want it. I'm going to add an extra stitch in there just for turning. And in the second chain from your hook, so 1, 2, I like to work in the back bumps. You don't have to, you can work in through the top loop here. I just think it looks neater when you do it through the back. It's a little bit cleaner and straighter edged. So in that second chain, we're going to do a half double crochet, and you're going to put a half double crochet in every chain down the row. So that's 3, 4. Sometimes it takes a little longer to get your first row done if you're working into the back bumps, but I think it's well worth it in the end because you have a nice, clean, smooth, straight chain. But again, if you want to just do this quickly and don't want to worry about it, then go through that front loop there. Let's see, just about done. Like I said, this is a very nice, pretty stitch. It gives you a very well-defined ribbed look. It's very nice. I think it would be great for like baby blankets, throw blankets, scarves. You could even use like cotton and make washcloths out of this, I think. Okay, so let's see here. I should have 12 because I chained the extra one. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so your foundation row, you're just going to chain the width you want, add 1 extra chain. In the second chain, you're just going to half double crochet all the way to the end of the row. Now this is where your first row comes in, your actual first row. We're going to do what's called a linked slip stitch. So to do that, the first thing you want to do is go underneath both loops here. This first one we're just going to put a single crochet in. Then we're going to go back into that same space, yarn over, pull up a loop, go into underneath the bars of the next stitch, so right in here, you're going to yarn over again and pull through. You have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to take this one, the one closest to the hook, and pull it through the last 2. And that's what a linked slip stitch looks like. Again, you're going to go back into that same stitch, pull up a loop, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, and pull this first one, the one closest to the hook, through the other two. And you're going to continue this process till you get down to your last stitch. Just going into the same one, pulling up, go into the next one and pull up a loop, and pull this one through these two. And the more you do it, the faster you get at it. I found that when I first did it, it took me a little bit to do this, but now I just whip right through it. And another thing worth mentioning is just make sure you're not pulling it too tight. So like when you go in here to get your first loop up, give yourself a little, maybe a little bit more of a pull up here. Because if your stitches are really tight, what's going to happen is it's going to pull and your work's going to pucker up like a smile. So don't do it super tight, but you know, at the same time, you don't want it all loosey-goosey either. So just a normal, comfortable tension. Okay. Got one more linked here. Okay, so we're down to the last stitch. And for this one, just like the first one, you're just going to single crochet. So I guess I should have mentioned that in the beginning. That's another stitch you have to know how to do as a single crochet. So single crochets, half double through the back loop, and the linked slip stitch. There we go. Okay, so then we're going to chain one and turn. And you can see by doing the linked slip stitch, it creates this really beautiful, it almost looks knitted. It does. It almost looks like stockinette when you knit one row and purl the other, is what it reminds me of. So you're going to chain one, and now we're going to do half double crochet through the back loops. So what you want to do, you chain one. Excuse me, guys, I had a little bit of a coughing fit. So you're going to yarn over, you're going to go into this first stitch here. Just pop it through the back loop, drop a loop. So now you have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. So you're going to continue that, working through this back loop all the way to the end. So that's 1. And I should have 12 rather, because that's how many stitches I've chained. Excuse me, guys, I don't know what's going on. I got a frog in my throat. 3, 4, whoops, and my yarn keeps splitting on me today. I think that's 5, but let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 6. Get some more yarn out here. It wants to knot up here on me. Like I said, just nice and not too tight, but not too loose. Into the back loop. Let me see, I've lost count here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So one more should be 12. And sometimes it helps if you don't really want to sit there and have to count every time. Put a stitch marker at the end of your row when you finish. Or you could even do both ends. And then when you get back to it, you know exactly where you need to work into. And then we're going to chain one, and we're going to repeat this row here with the slip stitch, linked slip stitch. Oh my goodness, that's hard to say. Linked slip stitches is what we want to do. So I'll do that row with you one more time. First stitch, just single crochet to start. Then go back into that stitch, pull up a loop, go into the next one, pull up a loop, pull this loop through that loop. So I'm going to pause here, go ahead and finish that row, and I'll be back with you guys in a moment. Okay guys, I've got 1 stitch left here, and I am going to go in here, and in your last stitch of the linked slip stitch, I like to just do a single crochet. And there you have it. That is it, guys. That's the alternative rib stitch. using half double crochet and linked slip stitches. I hope you guys found this helpful, and if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook under boho_stitchery. We'll see you guys next week.